Hey y'all, happy Monday. We are going to get right into this and get through this one and get it over with. I will join on screen shortly, but for now, my camera's off because I'm outside. How are you all doing on this wonderful Monday afternoon? What y'all up to? This one, I'm not going to be on here long today. I have other stuff to do, so I'm just going to try to get through this as fast as possible. So bear with me. I'm not going to do a whole lot of talking to the chat per usual. Hey, Josh. Hey, Aaron. Hey, Rondi. Lil Mama. Whispers in the Shadows. Josh Began. Thor. Hope. Am, Janice, Music City Mom, Sober Pug, Duchess, Janice in Accounting, Dreads for Life, That Ellen, Natalie in Tallulah, A One-Way Street, Miss Leah, Lily Polly, Mal, Sheila, Southern Gal, The Real, Shally, I'll do that. I hate even saying that name. Hey, Kathy R. Hey, Lisa. Hey again. Okay. So today we're going to talk about the Reverend Donna Saraphina. So for those of you that are not familiar with Donna Saraphina, Psychic Reverend Donna Saraphina, the description of her channel claims that she is Psychic Reverend Donna Saraphina. I am legally an ordained spiritualist reverend in the United States. I am a certified medium with a high accuracy rating. In addition, I have a bachelor's degree in criminal justice and worked as a social worker. That's fucking scary. I grew up with psychic knowing and spirit communication abilities. After the death of my daughter, Nicole, in 2011, I began a full-time quest to find my daughter and explore the world of spirit. I have to say, I am horribly sorry for the passing of her child. That I don't wish on anybody, of course, but that kind of, to me, at least sets a tone for her desire to seek other connection. And I think that's oftentimes what we see. She says, I have studied extensively with the world's strongest psychic mediums, as well as my local spiritualist churches, to bring in a total of approximately 6,000 hours of study and practice. I distinctly remember a life coach saying that she had over 5,000 hours of certification. But anyways, I have done over 2,000 recorded readings, and my greatest joy is to bring through loved ones from the spirit. I do daily private readings. If you're interested in a spiritual reading, please email me. Dexter quit. I also have a variety of other services. Please check my website for more details. There's a lot to unpack here. There's a lot to unpack here. A lot. But there's a lot to unpack in this upcoming video. If you are a note taker, you might want to grab them out. We're going to head back in for a moment because I need my notebook. But I had to finish my cigarette before we got into this because let me tell you, holy shyster what we're about to watch. Thankfully, it's not super long. But as many of you know, she has been advising Seth Rogers from Jump. She has been giving leads to Seth's team. Her and her buddy, Miss Sweetie Pie, though, the tragedy pimp herself, misinformation crony, accuser extraordinaire, you know, all the things. Come on, buddy. All right, we're back in the office. Now, y'all are going to have to bear with me. I'm going to show you this right quick. So, I'll show you what we're dealing with today. So, if I'm a little off kilter, don't be surprised. My arm hurts like a son of a bitch. So, as you can tell, you can't really see on camera, but this is all swelling from that wasp bite. That's all swelling. The entire thing. If it gets to my elbow, I'm going in, but I'm hopeful it won't get there. So I've been sitting like this with an ice pack under my arm most of the day. Yeah, it's gotten way worse all day. It just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And I'm like, okay, can we stop slowing now? For those of you that don't know, when Kyle and I were live last night, I did take Benadryl. Yeah, it's got better. I did a whole compact everything, but that's all the swelling. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but you can see it's swollen from all the way here, all the way down into here. If it gets down into here, we've been monitoring it. But if it gets into my elbow, I definitely will go in because I am prone to cellulitis from stupid bites. Yeah, Kathy, we think we did. Its head was buried in there. So, yes, I've tried Benadryl. That's why I'm a little off kilter because Benadryl knocks me on my arse. I know, it is almost to my elbow. I know. Still dealing with highs from it. Ugh, yeah. I mean, I can have this on, but I look silly. So, just so you know, that's why I'm sitting like this. And I'm not texting a whole lot or typing because it hurts down into my fingers. Not trying to be a baby about it. I have steroids. But it's a little miserable, a little bugger. It's war though, because that's twice now I've gotten stung in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, but I've killed like 27 of them. So 2 to 27, I'm still winning, but I had my back turned last night and I realized you guys didn't even know what was going on. You probably thought I was telling a story because I said, Kyle and I were laughing before we came on and so on and so forth. Oh, it's a little, my camera is crooked. So it looks crooked in the camera. It's not. But anyways, it looks like when you guys were listening to me, I'm like, oh. Like I was telling the story and didn't even skip a beat. I just start going, it just stung me. And Kyle's like running away from me the opposite direction and it's stuck in my arm. And I'm like, hey, can you come help me? And he's like, he gets out of the pool and runs to get Kenzie. Yeah, I got sepsis or cellulitis from a hornet sting a few years, 6 years ago. And I have a really terrible immune system and I react terribly to any type of bite. So please understand I'm doing what I need to do. I am one that hates going to the doctor. I live there. So I don't want to go, but it fucking hurts, man. It hurts. It is nasty. It's a nasty one. So anywho, okay. Enough about that, but that's why I am a little like, discombobulated. Benadryl and me do not get along. So here we go. All right. Miss Reverend Donna Saraphina decided to do a live stream the other night. And this was a few days ago. And she is giving a reading on what she thinks is potential. Now, mind you, like I said before, she has been giving information to Seth and Seth's team for quite some time. It is terrible what goes on here. So this falls under fair use. This is all in my opinion only, of the BS going out here. Oh, and by the way, BJ, I've heard so much about you seeking my attention and talking about how, oh, I get a challenge for you, because I said, why don't you put your money where your mouth is and donate some of your money? So you came back. And once again, instead of reviewing my words, because you can't, you're up against a wall, you took personal low jabs and tried to like discredit me in some way, shape, or form. By the way, you might want to know that I had potential of being monetized on this app from July of 2022 and didn't monetize my channel until 2023, the end of January, to be exact. So if I was about the money, oh, trust and believe, I could do what the rest of you do and grift all the way, but I don't have to. So keep poking, keep wanting my attention. You got reviewed. You couldn't come back at me and say shit about what I called you out on, because what an embarrassment to an autism mom you made. What an embarrassment. That's my issue with you. Most of the people don't even pay attention to that stuff. You're an embarrassment to autism moms. And I said that fully with my full chest. Anyways, back to this. So there's your attention, BJ. You can go cry about it now. Here we go. So this is all under fair use. This is based on my opinion only. Again, this is from 6 days ago that she did this.
Never done this before. It's just I want to get the information out there. I did a reading for a relative of Sebastian's, and so some things came up.
This is a reading for a relative of Sebastian. She doesn't clarify who asked her for the reading, but again, we know that she's been in contact with Seth. We know that a lot of the rumors that they've been spreading have been coming from Seth. She was on panel with Sweetie Pilo in the very beginning of this story. If you need to see any of that, I've covered a little bit about it with Sweetie Pilo back in April. So here we go.
The first thing was I saw this house, or it could be a cabin, but maybe a house, ranch style house. And I remembered, you know what? I saw this in my other 2 meditations that I've never even listened to.
So she saw a house. First and foremost, she saw a house, some sort of house. I want you to pay attention. If I'm going to direct you at all, I want you to pay attention to how generic these readings are, how broad these readings are, that anything can fit into what she's basically saying here. Anything in the end of this could fit into this. She can twist and turn it to fit after there's closure in a case, because they're so broad.
And then when I went to edit this, my computer, which has been spinning out lately, finally died. That's how it goes. So I listened to it and I wrote down, and I'm going to go through it the order that I wrote it down. And hi, JC. I know this is unplanned, totally unplanned. If anybody watching this, and in the future, anybody watching this, if you want to join my Facebook group to try to sleuth some of these clues, then please do. It is the same name as this channel. Okay, I know. I can't even do it. I can't even edit it. I have no computer now. Can you believe that? But I do have a cell phone, so more than one way to skin a cat, right? Okay, so I'm going to go through this reading. I'm going to tell you the order. So I saw some specialty wooden thing, like polished wood box type thing, and it had a divot in it.
Yeah, I'm not really sure where that's even coming from, Duchess. I said that the other day. The original audio did not have, or the original Ring camera footage did not have, and I'm glad he confirmed that today too. But there was no audio in the original videos. I don't even know where that's gaining traction at all, except for Motive Means an Opportunity put that out, and then everybody's been running with it. But there was never any audio with that video to begin with. That's just not the case. It was pretty clear when Gray Hughes did his debunking of that, but people are still running with it.
And I really don't know what a divot is, but I
guess she's skinning cats. I guess she's skinning cats these days.
Felt like I had needed to say that. Then I saw that house again, and that's when I remembered. I was like, oh, they've shown me this twice before, this house here. This is important. And it could end up being a cabin. It's like, when you're seeing things.
Could end up being a cabin, I want, yes, house cabin. Could be a ranch style cabin, could be could be this, but these are the very generic broad spectrum. So when case details come out, they can put those and say, look, I was right. I was right. They will make whatever fit. These are very broad. And the reason for it is because it's pure emotional manipulation, in my opinion. Again, I'd love to hear what you guys think, because I think this is one of the grimiest forms of exploitation.
This way, they're a little different, but I'll just call it a house or cabin. And it's about 3/4 of the way up a mountain or a hill. And when you're on the property, it's trees, a lot of trees and stuff. So it looks like you're kind of out in the boonies. But then when you actually go past it on the road, there's something up ahead. So we'll just go through this. Now, I got chills at this. There's a garden box there, and that garden box may be important to all this.
There is a garden box at a house, possibly a cabin, maybe a ranch style, but there is a garden box that really narrows things down. Like, I'm sure that majority of Tennessee homes probably have a garden box. I would venture to say there's some sort of flower bed, some sort of garden box, some sort of something in the vicinity. But okay.
So I know it doesn't sound like much, but it is, because they've showed it to me before, and then they showed it to me again later in the reading. They showed it to me in the meditation.
Who's showing you? Exactly who are these people that are showing you in your meditations?
And then I saw a chimney. Okay, so the first time, and they're showing me the house, and I'm seeing the chimney, and there's smoke coming out of the chimney.
No, say it ain't so. There's a chimney on a house, could be a cabin, could be a ranch style house with a garden box and a chimney. And there's smoke coming out of the chimney. Wow. Say it ain't so.
But then they show me just a chimney with smoke coming out, and I'm like, okay. But then the third time they show me a chimney again with smoke coming out. And I'm thinking, could they be talking about the Smoky Mountains? So I don't know, though. I don't know. But I just know that they kept showing me this chimney with smoke coming out. I felt...
So a chimney with smoke. Let me just put this into perspective. So a chimney with smoke coming out of it could mean the Smoky Mountains. Could it also mean a house fire? Could it also mean somebody's making breakfast? Could it also mean a cold time of year like fall? Could it also mean a wood burning stove? I mean, but she says it's the Smoky Mountains. I mean, okay. Okay, ma'am.
Like the house was probably ranch style. It could have a second story, but if it did, it's probably a slanted roof.
Okay, so now we've got potentially a slanted roof. Thank you, Teresa. Possibly a slanted roof, possibly a second floor, but a slanted roof. Yeah, this is going to make a lot of whole sense. A lot. Okay. You see how broad that is? You see how broad we go with these? There's a reason for it.
Like, angled. But either way, it just looked middle class. It wasn't ritzy, and it didn't look like it was falling apart. I also saw maple wood related to it, and I wasn't sure if they were showing me the maple wood because to help me date the house, like between the 40s and the 70s. That's kind of why I thought, oh, this is probably between the 40s and 70s when that kind of wood was popular. It felt to me like the outside of the house that it didn't have, like they made it look wood, even if it was painted, made it still look like wood or something like that.
No.
And then from the house, I'm standing there and I can see up to the top of the mountain, and I'm thinking, oh, I see the mountain ridge. Does that mean anything? It could mean that.
So she can see a mountain ridge. Okay, so far we've got a house or a cabin, maybe a ranch style house. There was a garden box somewhere in the vicinity of something. There's smoke coming out of the chimney. She saw it 3 times. She could possibly mean that, you know, her brain's on fire or the wheels that are turning are needing WD-40, but I mean, there's that. But it could mean that the Smoky Mountains come into play. It could be a 2-story house, but it's a slanted roof. It's just middle class though, but Maplewood, and it could be painted Maplewood.
The house is about 3/4 of the way up this mountain or up this hill. It could mean that there's a ridge name around there. You know, like I'm saying, everything can mean something, and you figure out what it means. So you can email me too if you have clues and you're not the group type. You don't want people to know who you are. Feel free to email me at that address there.
What a crap of
shit. House, the property I saw a stable or a small barn.
Oh, okay. So now we've got a stable or a small barn. So now we're adding on. We got a garden box, a stable, or a small barn. This is so generic. It's not even funny. This is just so freaking disgusting. To me, this is one of the lowest forms of exploitation.
And then after that, they showed me the flower called honeysuckle. And again, if it's a name or thank you so much. Thank you, Shenanigans. I appreciate it. Okay, so
I bet there's going to be
a honeysuckle flower, those white flowers that look like a horn. So this could be a name or it could be literal. So it could be like, oh, there's the name of a street named Honeysuckle, or somehow this plays into it. Or it could be, I did see like this mailbox out there and it was like all decorated. Maybe it has honeysuckles all.
Thor, you have psychic abilities. Look at that. There's a mailbox. No way. I guarantee there's going to be water too. Guaranteed. This was 6 days ago.
Around, like, I don't know. All I know is they showed me a honeysuckle. And then they showed me the curved road. And that curved road is like there for sure.
There is a for sure curved road. Does it curve to the right, to the left? Is it a switchback? Is it a logging road? Is it a Forest Service trail? We don't know. But there is definitely a curved road. So we've got a mailbox and a curved road too. Oh my goodness. We are definitely onto something. That almost sounds like every fucking road in a wooded area in a mountainous region across the United States. I mean, we're so narrowing it down. We're going to definitely get somewhere off these clues.
Thank you. Thank you, all that glitters. I appreciate that. So for sure the curved road is there, because I mean, if the road goes like that, then their house is at the curve. It's on the curve.
The house is on the curve. Okay. So the house could be a cabin, could be a ranch style house, could be a 2-story. Definitely probably has a slanted roof though. Could have a chimney, definitely has a flower box, definitely has a mailbox. There's honeysuckles somewhere around. Maplewood, but could be painted wood. There could be a ridge name. There's definitely a stable or a small barn somewhere in the vicinity. I mean, could be 100 miles away, but shh, don't tell her. But now the house is at the curve. Okay. So the house is on the curve. On the curve. That's huge details. I think, you know, I'm going to be able to crack the case and call the TBI with all this afterwards and tell them, hey, shut it down, boys. I've got it all figured out. I listened to the Reverend Donna Saraphina. We don't need your help anymore. I've got it figured out. I'm being super sarcastic too. This shit is the lowest of the low.
And again, it goes sideways to the road.
Oh, she's so giving her a headache.
And so the curve, I had gotten chills, and they just showed me over and over like 10 times. So then
Ma'am, what kind of curve are you talking about that's giving you chills?
showed me like, because at first I was thinking, oh, this must be really just remote, but they showed me, let's go on the road past the house, and up ahead there was some sort of stuff, like whether it's a gas station or a carnival or a small town or a big town, I don't know.
Well, that narrows it down. Up ahead, past the house that sits on the curve with the mailbox and honeysuckle and a flower box, could be an A-frame, could be a ranch style house, could be a cabin, could be painted maple wood, could be wood. Now we've gotten to up the road. There could be a small town, a big town, a carnival, other houses. Like, LSD, anyone? Molly?
I just know there's something up ahead. So
she just knows there's something up ahead. Yes, ma'am. What's up ahead is called a fucking headache. It's called a headache listening to this shit. It's called a fucking headache. And emotional manipulation and preying on the vulnerable at their lowest times. This is disgusting. That's what's up ahead. That's truly what we're going to find out.
Even though it looks like it's remote, while you're on the property, you see a lot of trees, there's something up ahead there.
Don't forget, we possibly could be in the Smoky Mountains. So there's a lot of trees out there, friends, but it might not be the Smoky Mountains because there's just smoke coming out of the chimney. It could have been from the wheels grinding in her head. Anyways, there could be anywhere across the country that fits that description, but okay.
Because on that one, I was saying the spirit energy, but not 100% right as far as what it is up ahead. I wasn't sure. And then let's see.
She was so detailed on this. She took notes. Same thing.
And then they show me a corn cob and they show me a man and he's eating a corn cob.
She was shown a corn cob. Where are we headed? A corn cob, a man eating a corn cob. There was a corn cob and a man eating a corn cob. So, I mean, truly county fairs, barbecue season, gardening boxes. One would kind of assume that somebody could potentially eat corn, but I don't know why they'd be eating the cob. I mean, they should be eating the corn off the cob, but hey, this person's just eating the cob.
And then there's a corn stuck on his tooth, right? But I'm
okay, friends. I need you to go around every person you run into. I'm going to need you, male, to ask them to show their teeth. I need y'all to go look in the fridge. If you have corn cob and you have a kernel stuck on the tooth, I'm going to need you to tell me what's going on. Okay? And every person you run into, I expect, open your chompers. You got corn stuck on your teeth.
I'm getting this feeling like maybe he has a cap on his tooth.
Oh.
Or maybe he's missing a tooth, like something to do with his tooth. I don't know what it is, but that's like literally how they bring things through. Is just some way. It's like charades, and they show me he's eating this corn, and then all of a sudden he's got a piece of corn on his tooth.
Now we're playing charades, friends. We're off to playing charades. So here we go. So if you're just getting here, this is what we have learned so far. This is her reading for a family member of Sebastian Rogers. Sorry, I'm not making fun of the fact that Sebastian is missing in any way, shape, or form. I don't find that to be even remotely acceptable that they're using him and his vulnerable family in their lowest times of need to do bullshit like this. But just a once over of the bullshit she's doing. This is pure emotional manipulation. This is called preying on the vulnerable. This is, again, the lowest form of exploitation there exists, especially by somebody who claims she's a reverend and a psychic. I mean, the blasphemy. Anyways, we have got a potential house or a cabin somewhere. Don't know where. It could be a ranch style home. There's a garden box outside that ranch style home that's possibly there across the country somewhere. There's a chimney. She's seen the chimney 3 times. There's smoke in that chimney. It could mean the Smoky Mountains. It also might mean a house is burning down. I mean, if you go on her theories, it could be a 2-story house, but it also probably just has a slanted roof. So probably not a 2-story house. The elevator doesn't go to the top floor over here. I mean, Pretty typical. It's a middle-class home. Also, Maplewood. She was shown Maplewood. It could be painted Maplewood. She's not really sure. Just could be painted wood. There could be a ridge name somewhere in the vicinity. The house is on a curve, right at the top of the tippy top of the curve. There is a stable and a small barn somewhere in the next 1,000 miles. You know, that makes sense. There is a mailbox and there is honeysuckle flowers. Again, don't forget about the curved road. We're right at the tip of the bend, friends, and past that curved road. There could be a small town, a big town, a carnival, a psychic's office, a therapist's office, the black hole, a flat earth. I mean, we don't know where we're headed, really, truly. But then we get to the point where we saw a corn cob and a man eating the corn cob. And now the man has a kernel of corn stuck on his tooth. But it doesn't really mean that it's kernel of corn stuck on his tooth. He could have a missing tooth, you know. God forbid anybody have a missing tooth like I do over here. Must mean I'm somehow associated with this. But it could just be a cap. It might not be a kernel of corn. It could just be a missing tooth or a cap on his tooth. Okay, that's your catch up. You're all caught up now. You're still all caught up. Okay, ready? Here goes more.
But really, I would guess, and again, that's the interpretation part, because it could be someone else knows something where that makes more sense, like the corn cob. But
somebody else might know more about the corn cob. Huh. Okay.
Someone look for that.
Go out there and inspect all those corn cobs, friends.
So then I did see the man.
Wait, is she trying to talk about the corn bread mafia? Is that what we're doing here? Is that what we're doing? Are you trying to pull in some of your bullshit from somewhere else?
I'm not going to describe them because I don't want to like get in the middle of all the people. But I saw a little girl, and I know the little 5-year-old has went to stay with the Proudfoots, but this wasn't her, because this little girl was about 7 or 8 years old.
This little girl, now there's a little girl, and she's about 7 or 8 years old, and she just happens to mention that Chris's daughter is staying with them. Not that it's any of our business, because it's really none of our business whatsoever. But now there's a little girl about 7 or 8 years old. I don't know. Does he like salted corn? Alexa said be a good one. Or does he eat like mayonnaise and chili powder and all of that stuff on his corn? We don't know. We need more descriptions. I think I might have to ask her for a reading. 7 or 8 year old little girl, but it's not Chris's daughter. Yeah, like, okay. Just had to bring that in there.
She has brunette hair. Seemed kind of long. It looked like it had some curls in it. I don't know if someone put the curls or what. She had a ribbon in her hair.
Oh.
So that, I mean, it kind of indicates that she might be taken care of, but she may have seen Sebastian. She may be a witness.
So the 7 or 8 year old might be taken care of, but because she's got a bow in her hair and she might have her hair curled, or it might just be curly. We don't really know, but she might be taken care of. I mean, I hope to God there's not a 7 or 8 year old living in a house in the mountains by themselves, but
witness, not necessarily if he was hurt, but just a witness that he was there, because they've showed me her a couple times in this. And then, like I said, I don't know if I got this in there. They showed me an Allen wrench. They brought it up again. They had showed me when I meditated before. When they showed it to me, it was literally right after they showed me this dark green pickup truck.
Oh.
So sometimes when they show things after each other, then they're related, but not always. So sometimes they're just showing things to show the thing.
You don't say. Sometimes they're related, but oftentimes they're not. I mean, who would have thunk it?
Things, Other times they'll replay them over and over in different patterns to show, like they'll triangle patterns, and then they'll do all these repeats, and it shows those things are related. But
this is one of the,
it could mean,
for me, by the way, this is one of the lowest forms of fucking exploitation I have ever seen. You got it, Am. Abso-fucking-lutely she is. Yes, this is fair use. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Dark green truck. Yep. Watch how. Yep. Allen wrench. Yes, you guys. Yes. Yes, absolutely, Lisa K. Isn't this just disgusting though? Had any of you guys watched this before? This is just one of those, I want to go through the screen.
Mean anything. Like the feeling I had with it was I wanted to go down a road that was like had this kind of angles, these kind of angles.
Oh my goodness. We're seeing the angles now.
But remember, it's named Allen wrench, so it could always be something like the name. It could be something the person does.
Oh, that's very specific. So somebody could use an Allen wrench for their job. It could be a name like Allen or wench. I mean, I know some wenches that have been involved in this case, but so that's very specific. We're getting somewhere now. Told you guys, we're going to be able to nail this down, call the TBI and say, boys, it's all done. It's solved. What the fucking crock of shit. This is such exploitation and ridiculous that vulnerable family members have to deal with people like this, exploiting them at their worst time when they're desperate for answers.
Like, I don't know.
Absolutely.
And then I saw the sky, right? So when you're standing in front of this house and you look behind the house, so I guess that's a good thing. The house is facing away from the mountain, which of course makes sense.
The house is facing away from the mountain. No. No. A house facing away from the mountain? Shit.
But so you're standing in front of the house, you see the ridge, you see the sky. So the first, couple of times I'm seeing, of course,
you see the sky and a ridge.
You see the sky. But then they showed me just like almost like a box where all I'm seeing is sky. And so there may be the name Sky.
I bet somebody could Google and find out how many crime cases have something to do with sky lanes, something with the word sky, and I bet you'd get a high. So here's what these people do. They go on and they research terms that are common in true crime cases, common roads, any type of consistent theme across years. They will pick out certain specific details from other cases that have had familiar things, like a certain lane, avenue, and they throw them into readings like this, and people run with the shit.
In something. You know how they're always sky high or sky ridge or skyline and there might not be, but it's just something to keep in mind. So just something to keep in mind, like if you're looking at maps and stuff like that. But I don't know. I just know there's something to it.
There's something to it.
And then as soon as I go through with this, then I'll answer any questions. Oh, okay. The biggest chills I received on this.
Big chills. Get ready for it.
This entire reading is about woodworking.
Woodworking. That narrows it down. Totally narrows it down. Totally narrows it down. Okay. Biggest chills. Okay. All right. All right.
This person who owns this house, I think he has something to do with woodworking, wooden boxes, specialty type woodworking, cabinets, something. Thank you. Thank you.
Maybe wood floors. Maybe likes to smell wood.
Madame. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Maybe has a wood burning fireplace that smoke comes out of the chimney.
That, and thank you for Nicole. Thank you. So yeah, this is super important because this was like super chills.
Yeah, you guys see where she's trying to head. You know where she's trying to lead you. A flower bed, a wooden box, woodworking, all of this stuff. You get where she's going. I got chills. They're multiplying and I'm losing control.
Right, about this. He does, whether is it his hobby, is it his job? one or the other, but this person is into making specialty woodworking things.
Heck yeah, you could. Heck yeah, you could, Heatherlicious. Get yourself a YouTube channel, a website. Claim that you are a reverend. Go to one of the online televangelist things. Get your certification. Put some hours in. You can do this too. Anybody can do this. Looky here. Looky here. Ready? I'm going to tell you how much. I'm already there. Y'all, I'm already there. I've got the tools already. Is this lady full of shit? My reply is yes. I mean, solved it. Doo-doo. Gold star. And by the way, real psychics, real people with intuition don't do this shit. If they have information on a case, they take it directly to law enforcement and they do not exploit the family members. Period, point blank, end of story. The people who have ethics in these fields do not do this shit for YouTube clout. And they do not prey on the loved ones of missing children. There's a whole special breed. There's like 60 channels plus on YouTube that do it for exploitation purposes because they're scum, in my opinion.
Oh, I saw this really old tractor on the property.
Oh,
and no. It's like from the
She thinks my tractor's sexy.
50s, maybe.
It really turns her on.
30s, 40s, 50s. You know, it's probably
could be an old IH John Deere Green. I mean, an old tractor. Shit. Sounds like she's describing my dad's house.
It doesn't run. And at first I was wondering if it was under a
absolute
carport type thing, but then I was thinking maybe they put out in the yard for a decoration. I don't know. I just know I saw it somewhere on the property.
So, you know, now people are probably driving around looking for a fucking tractor as a lawn ornament. You know how many houses in Tennessee, old farms, probably have some old tractors hanging out there? Well, if you have one of those houses and there's some random weirdos coming by, that could be potentially why.
And then let's see. And their mailbox, I saw them decorated around, put decorations around their mailbox.
Thor is better than you because Thor predicted that shit before you could even get it out. Thor knew there was going to be a mailbox. Cha-ching! Thor must have 7,000 hours of exploiting this shit.
And then I see the little girl again. So the little girl's important. When they show me something over and over again, it's important part.
Oh, it's an important part.
This little girl looks to be around 8. So she wouldn't be the one that was is the kid of the Proudfoot guy. She wouldn't be her. She would be someone else. Someone who probably lives at that house, and she would have seen him.
So now there's a little girl that has possibly seen Sebastian that lives at this house of the woodworker who potentially works with wood, potentially has seen some wood, potentially has handled some wood. We don't really know about what this guy does with wood. He potentially has a corn cob stuck on his tooth, or he has a missing tooth, or a cap on his tooth. He might have a garden box out there, but we don't really know. He's got some honeysuckles. There's definitely a mailbox, though. There's definitely a mailbox. There's a stable or a barn. And now we've got this little girl running around. Okay. But she looks like she's probably taken care of.
And then I'll answer all these questions as soon as I finish. I only have, let me see, one more page.
Oh.
And again, important. If you're looking at maps, if you're trying to look this up and you look at maps, the house is sideways to the road.
The house is sideways to the road. So the house is on a curve facing away from a mountain, but sideways on the road. Don't forget about the Allen wrench.
Again, seeing that maple wood somewhere around there, which kind of tells you about the age. Oh, if this cuts off, I'm going to tell you right now, it says my battery's at 15%.
Why is she so close? Why are you up in my face, lady? Stargazer, it's good to see you. Hey, T.
Left on here. Okay, the little girl, the Maplewood, the dark green truck possibly goes to that house. Oh my God, someone donated $49. Thank you so much.
Oh
it just says M on there. I'll put, okay, let me try to finish, and then if I finish this paper, I'll try to get a longer plug to be able to talk to you. Okay, because this isn't planned. I just did the reading and I was like, I'm just going to put these clues up here.
She's just going to put these clues up here for more people who are going over Google Maps to find bodies from other countries, and think they cracked the case, can start looking for homes on curved roads. Okay, make it make sense.
So this is possibly where Sebastian was taken at some point, and then they go back to the raised flower beds again being important. I got chills when I just said that.
So we're back to the raised flower beds, and Sebastian has potentially been to a house like this at some point in time. We can't tell you the time frame, but potentially in his lifespan, he might have been to a house like this.
Sebastian taken here. Feel comfortable. And then they showed me the house being on the mountain again. And no, it could be a hill. You know how you see things in this is a little different. Oh, this is really important.
Oh, she even did the
steadfast.
Steadfast.
Name steadfast.
The name steadfast. It's got a
It's a word. It could be the brand or name of a company or a small business name, or it could be on the side of someone's tool chest, but it says steadfast. That's important.
That's real important. Real important here. Real important.
Just got to chill again when I said that. Let me see what this says. Okay. This one's important too. And then that's the last thing, and then I'll look for a longer plug so I can answer you.
Lady, you don't need a plug.
And a name popped into my head. Now, you know what? These can be random or they can mean something. So I just got to say it. First, Danny comes in, then Danny Boy, then Danny O, then Danello, like a last name with 2 L's at the end, Danello. So phonetically, think of something Danny-O. Now, it sounds like it would be most likely a person's name, right? But you always got to remember, it could be the name of a nearby school, could be the name of a road, could be anything. But that pops in my head, and then it started playing around like with the phonetics. Danny, Danny Boy, Danny-O, Danello. Sorry. It looks like it's charging, so we should be able to go through. So if you asked a question in here, thank you, Christina. Sorry, I was like ignoring you. I wanted to make sure to get that information there. So I know people sit around and look at maps. Maybe that'll help somewhat. Actually, that could probably help. Hey, Tammy, how are you doing?
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's a lot of good clues in there. It might seem like from where we are, it's hard to go, oh yeah, some house you're describing. But think about if you're one of the people driving around there and who knows all the characters and that kind of thing. Look in the outer circle there. Okay.
Look in the outer circle there. Huh. This is so specific.
Let's see. There's a neighborhood being built by Steadfast.
No, say it ain't so.
Yeah, so I don't want to get in trouble for like naming any specific company. And I don't know which company. I just know it's related to woodworking. Hi, Beyond the Veil. Beyond the Veil. Mary Lindsay.
I can't believe you people.
Kim Howard.
This is
yeah. So find that person. Find that person.
Find that person. Find that person. Go stalk and harass more people with a business. Go do that.
I think I would look on Been Verified and then start going into the outer circles of people.
So she's telling you to go through and dox the entire family in their outer circle. Okay. All right.
So if you want to help with that, I know there's a ton of you out there who do that. Thank you so much. Truca girl. So feel free, join the group if you want to do that. And some people don't like being in a group because, of harassment and that. Feel free to email me. You're not bothering me at all. I have an email just for the YouTube channel. So
my wrench, that's scary. Truly scary.
That's the one.
Construction sites are not play zones, and a lot of people take their kids to show them how cool it is and stuff. Kyle bitches about it all the time. It's something that he absolutely, because there is when houses are being built, they're not structurally safe. Truly.
I'm showing there. Yeah, I'm not going to answer questions about Angela like that. I just want to stick to some clues that could help solve this. Hey, Simi. Is it daytime where you are? Simi's in Australia. Haley, thank you so much.
The dog whistling has commenced.
Please look into that.
Harass this family more.
Yeah. So this, I mean, they showed me this, so I'll also have to figure out a way to listen to those other readings. See, this is what I have.
Revival, yeah.
It's on here. So I had to play it, but I'll have to go buy a new computer. I knew that was going to happen. It's been spinning. My computer's been spinning for about a week. And
so I guess her psychic abilities can't find her the best deal on a computer and she can go purchase it. She needs to tell them about it.
I thought that might happen, and it did, of course. So I'm just going to have to go buy a new computer. But I'm going to listen to those because they, right away, when I started that reading, they took me back to that. It's either a house or a cabin or whatever. And they took me back there right away. And I'm like, oh, I remember. They brought me here. This is like the third time now. So the other couple times I meditated, they showed me the exact same place.
Right.
So I know it's a real place. Yeah, it's 1 a.m. I know it's really late. I just want the information to be out there. I just want it to be out there. I just did the reading, and while it's fresh in my mind,
She just wants it to be out there. She just wants it to be out there. We'll go through and summarize her reading here in a few moments.
Listen to it.
We're almost done.
Wrote it down, and then
this is grimy. This is grimy.
Hopefully that could help. I know it's super late. It's super late.
Hey, Jen. Hey, Kim.
And I think that's really all that I need to say. I know I did a couple meditations, and well, I guess I don't want to say too much about accusing people because there's so much fighting going on.
Oh, by the way, hold on. She doesn't want to accuse anybody. She doesn't want to accuse anybody, but she's sending you guys all her subs, which I think she's got. Hold on. Let me look. She's got a huge channel. A very big fucking channel. She's got 68,000 subs, and she claims that she got the Chad Daybell stuff right. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You didn't there either. But you were able to do these very, very non-specific things to cornhole stuff in. No. She is, in my opinion, a complete and utter exploiter and a manipulator and a complete fraud. That is my opinion on her own behavior of what she does to these families. She is absolutely a trash evangelist. But her channel is 68K, 68,000 people. On this video alone, she's got 27,000 views. 27,000 people that could potentially run around and start stalking, harassing random strangers.
On social media right now. So I just want to stick to, here's the location where they show me where I feel like he was brought here.
People like this prey on the vulnerable.
And here's my dog. Could his name be Alan? Yes, that's a possibility. I don't know what his name is, but every possibility is on the table. With anything they show me, it's literally like playing charades. I get 90% of it is just vision after vision after flash, and then I try to put it together. So what I say I saw, like you would, if you were making a chart, if you were going to sleuth this, what I say I saw, put on one side, and then maybe how she interpreted it, but then put other possible interpretations too. You know,
This is horrible.
and that's how you figure it out. That's how it comes through to me. Sometimes that there's a feeling with things, but it's always open to interpretation.
Always open for interpretation. Imagine.
Yeah, 10 p.m. in California. Truca girl, you must be young if you think it's early. Family equestrian farm. And so that steadfast, that was related to this woodworking, I think. Let me see. The house on the hill or mountain, then I get the word steadfast. Could be brand or name of company or possible small business. And then you see that.
Well, let's go out and ruin somebody's life, right? Let's go out and ruin a small business because this crazy fucking exploiter used the word and in her visions saw something.
That's the interpretation. So what I received is the name steadfast, and then I'm interpreting it that, oh, this seems like it's related to some kind of business or something. You get it? That's how everything is on the readings. And then I'm getting a sky name. Yeah, it could also, you never know. It could also be near a business name but the biggest chill on this, the biggest chill is that this guy does woodworking. He does specialty. It could be cabinets, specialty type woodworking.
Oh, okay. Like flower boxes.
So, okay. Do you guys have any more questions? I don't think there's too many more questions. So I don't mean to take a long time on here. I don't even know how it'll come out, but I did.
Oh, it came out perfectly.
Did cover everything.
Exploitation.
And if I talk too long, it will just drown out the actual importance of the clues. Okay, let's see. I don't want to answer that, Miss Vu. I don't feel like answering anything like that. Is there a river near the property? You know what? Earlier when I was meditating, I saw a river. I didn't see it in conjunction.
I predicted there was going to be water. Oh, I have abilities
with the property, but I did see a river.
She saw a river
related to all this. So, well, I don't know though. I don't know. I did talk to Seth. So, also.
Oh, she talked to Seth.
Just to note, I did talk to Seth for at least half an hour tonight before I did the reading, and I asked for his permission, like if he wanted me, if it was okay with him for me to do this.
So this was done for Seth. Okay.
Wanted to make sure that. So just to be clear, I don't want to.
So kind of like exploiting the vulnerable father of a missing child. Okay.
Be in any part of causing more trauma to somebody who's like missing their child.
She's also why Seth went to that specific park when JLR was filming him. That's the psychic that was giving reads to Sweetie Pilo and Seth. This is the one that was doing that. And if you need me to walk that back through and show you factually that she was behind that and part of the huge accusations being levied at Chris by Sweetie Pilo that was coming directly from Seth, I can walk that through. We already have, but if you need me to, again, I'm more than willing to.
I don't want to talk about the reason I have opinions and feelings, but I don't want to talk about them because I don't want to drown out the actual real clues that I have right here in this reading.
We're almost done.
Okay, so I'll let you guys go. I'm going to let you go. That way it'll be quick to the point. So if people are looking, they can review this Again, you can write to me. Just feel free. You're not bothering me. If I don't answer you, it's just because there's a lot of emails in there, but I do click through them and glance at them. And then you can join my Facebook group, which is under the same name as my channel.
Oh, yeah. Get right on that. For the low cost of $99.99, you too can be exploited by Reverend Donna Saraphina.
Oh my God, Xtina, really? People are writing really interesting things in here. Oh, yes, please like this stream and comment. That's good. If you share this out, that will really help. If you could share this, it'll be very helpful.
Yeah, it'll be very helpful to send more people after innocent people because of this reading. So let's recap. Let's recap what she has given us in her reading here. So this is all in regards to Sebastian, what she thinks potentially could be, could have been, could something. We don't really fucking know. She's just blabbing. Okay. But we know that there's a house or a cabin, possibly a ranch style house, potentially a 2-story, but could just be a slanted roof. Maybe. We don't really know. But the house is probably made of wood, could be painted wood, might be maple wood, some sort of wood. There is a barn or a small stable. It's just middle class, though, friends. It's not one of these wealthy neighborhoods like the Proudfoot family lives in, because that's mind-blowing to everybody that they live in a $600,000+ home. So definitely not their neighborhood. It's just middle class, just make sure you get them straight in your head. Oh my God. There could be a ridge. Could be a ridge. Could be a ridge name. There's honeysuckle flowers somewhere. There is a mailbox. Absolutely a mailbox. There's a curved road. The curved road, the house sits right at the top of the curve, but it sits sideways, but it doesn't face the mountain. So the house sits like this, the curve goes like this, and the mountain goes like this. But I don't even know anymore where we got there. Everything's just curved. The house is on the curve, though, and past the curve, there could be a small town, a big town, a carnival, a therapist's office that she needs to go to, a street fair, a vendor, a camping spot. But there's stuff up past the house on the curved road. The road doesn't just end there. We got a corn cob. There's somebody with corn cobs, potentially a man eating a corn cob. Make sure when you're out in public, ask everybody to see their chompers, because there could be a corn cob residue on your teeth. But it also could just be a missing tooth or a cap. But please inspect all keepers. There's also a 7 or 8-year-old brunette-haired child. Definitely not the one from Chris Proudfoot, though. This is another girl that could be taken care of. She could have been a witness. We don't really know what that means. She could have curly hair. She might have had her hair curled, but she had a bow in her hair. She's probably taken care of. Maybe, Could just be a 7 or 8-year-old just wandering around living on their own in this house in the mountains. Don't forget the chimney. The chimney was shown 3 times. There was smoke coming out of the chimney. Elevator doesn't go to the top, but the chimney smokes. Could mean the Smoky Mountains. There is an Allen wrench. Could be the name Allen. Could be somebody uses an Allen wrench in their job. Could be the name Wench, like the person doing the reading. There's a dark green pickup truck. Don't forget, beep, beep. Dark green truck coming rolling down the road somehow, somewhere, some way. But let's not forget Steadfast. Steadfast is a name that is extremely important. Could be a company, could be a person, could be a sticker, could be a logo, could be a small business, it has something to do with wood. She knows that. I mean, shocking. And there could be some old tractors, probably not running, more typically lawn ornaments, that type of thing. It's pretty typical to pop an old IH in the front yard and have it as lawn ornaments, but we're on to something here. And do not ever forget, oh, Danny boy, oh, Danny boy. The name Danny popped up. Could be no Danny boy. Could be Danilo. Danny, Danilo, oh, Danny boy. It could be, damn it, lady, you made me lose a bunch of brain cells listening to you. Don't forget, she was shown a box and it had the sky in it. Could be skyline, sky ridge, sky harbor, could be anything about the sky. Could just be the sky and, up above. But there's definitely sky somewhere around here behind the mountains, behind the ridge. There's sky. I mean, that kind of makes sense. The guy does woodworking, though. Do not forget. Somebody does woodworking. And there's a flower bed, a raised flower bed. We solved it. Solved it. 100% done. TBI is off the case. It's perfect. So now we have people out here, and I'm being completely sarcastic, please understand, right? Zanello Cavalcante, right? Yeah, and everything's still on the table. Everything is up for interpretation. Don't let it phase you whatsoever. These are just visions that she's had from her readings. I mean, they're so spot on. But don't forget, start searching the outer circle. Start on been verified according to her, and start harassing and fucking with all of their connections. Don't forget, that was her dog whistle. Yep, been verified, just randomly ruining lives. Right, exactly. You got fat chills when I said corn cob. I got chills. They're multiplying. And she talked to Seth. Seth gave her the blessing. So yeah, go dox people too. Totally fine, according to her. It's all in the name of bullshit. So anywho, is there any questions about how much disgusting this is? I hope you all understand that this is gross. But there are current creators that are using Google Earth to zoom in on areas to look for these type of clues because they think they're going to crack the case. There's even creators from other countries using Google Earth to do that. I mean, it makes a lot of sense off of her tips, right? Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I know, Roro. Especially make sure you check those chompers, because if there's a corn cob, stuck somewhere, she wasn't really sure what the corn cob had to do with it, but this is just the most disgusting thing. She said, Mama 3 boys, she said she talked to Seth before she did this. And she's been talking to Seth all along. She might be talking to Robin too. I don't know. But she says in the end of this that she is talking to Seth. She talked to him right before she did this reading. Yeah. And we also know she was the one that was sending him on some of the wild goose chases in the beginning. Oh, carnival. Yeah, we can't forget there's probably a carnival. I mean, how many places are having their county fairs right now? Just a few. Just that time of year, but just a few. Anybody have any questions? I'm going to get out of here. Yeah, my arm is killing me, and I am over it. I got a headache from taking that stupid Benadryl, and I just feel like woozy today. It just freaking hurts, though. The whole thing is so swollen, and it's hot as hell. Yeah, she mentioned that she was more confirmed on her computer being broken than anything else. Yeah, don't forget, check all the Smoky Mountains for sure. I need to go refill. Chasing, are you still in here? I saw you pop in, but I don't know if you're still in here. How's your kiddo? I hope she's doing okay. That had to have been scary as shit. Seriously, I hope she's doing okay and she will recover well. That poor kid. That had to have been extremely. Right? Criminology, right? How dare these people? How dare these people do this? It is honestly the most disgusting thing to watch people exploit a family. Like, this is the emotional manipulation. They don't ask permission for shit. They just think that they're going to be insightful, just like motive, means, and miss opportunity. Motive, means, and misinformation. They do this shit and they think it has no effect to them. She had an incident with an animal. She got attacked, and Chasing made a community post. I saw it the other day. It sounded terrible. I just saw her pop in here, so crazy though. Yep. This is absolutely the worst of, for me, this is probably the lowest of the lows with exploitation. It is truly horrifying to watch. Oh, I am definitely probably puffy. Yeah. All right, y'all. I will keep you guys posted, and I hopefully will be on here. I have a birthday on Wednesday, so I probably won't be here Wednesday, maybe during the day, because we're not going to do anything until my littlest one turns 14 on Wednesday. So we're going to celebrate birthday, but if I feel better, I'll be back tomorrow. If this gets worse and I end up going in, I will let you guys know. My arm will be fine. Trust and believe. We'll be okay, but oh, Thor, that sounds good. Pork chops with corn on the cob. Yeah, absolutely, Tammy. I agree. Absolutely. Horrible. All right, y'all. Please stay away from people like this who are just exploiting these situations over and over again. They're not doing any good for these families. This is the grift. This is the exploitation. And again, to me, these people are the lowest of lows. And please don't go start doxing people off of this misinformation and looking at been verified in their outer circles. Let law enforcement handle their jobs, unlike these people who just think it's fine to do this to families. Have a wonderful day, you guys. I will see you all later. Bye.